Hello dear students, welcome to CR Digital Classes. Today we are going to study the third unit of income tax, which is income from house property. Now today we will be doing a problem based question which was asked in 2024 and it is your 11B question. Now for your 11A or 11B, one problem is surely asked. Okay, and one is a theory question. Now if you want to get full marks from your unit 3, you can follow the simple problem to do which has a fixed pro forma. In unit 3, there is one pro forma which is fixed. You only have to substitute the values, compare a little, and do a little subtraction. If you are able to do this, let me tell you, you're going to get surely 12 marks from your 11 question. Okay, so let's see how are we going to solve this problem. What is given to us? It is given to us that there is income we have to calculate for a self-occupied house of Mr. D. And this person is the owner of the house. He is staying in the same house. Then municipal value is given. Fair rental value of the house is given to us. Then there is a loan which Mr. D has taken of rupees 35 lakhs and the interest that he is paying on it. So this is what is given to us in the question. Let's see how do we solve this problem. So here it is. As I was telling you, there is a fixed pro forma that you have to remember for us to solve problems on your question 11A or 11B. Now this is that pro forma. This is like a golden book for your income from house property. If you are able to remember this pro forma, let me tell you are going to not lose 1 mark also, because this is the most simplest and the most scoring chapter in your entire syllabus. So here it is. You have to remember this, that there is something called as gross annual value, from which we are going to deduct municipal taxes, and then we will arrive at something called as net annual value, right? On the net annual value that we have calculated, there are two deductions which are allowed under section 24. Either the one is section 24A, which is standard deduction, 30% of the net annual value. Then there is something called as interest on loan. If we are deducting these two from the net annual value, we will get something called as your final answer, which is nothing but income from house property. Now, how do I remember all of these? There is one simple trick which which will help you to remember all of these. That is, we can just take the first letters of each of these, and let's say it is nothing but something called as it is good morning, new students of India. What is this? See, if you remember, the first thing is nothing but gross annual value. Next is municipal tax. Then the net annual value. Next, the standard deduction. And then we have the interest on loan. So income from house property is equal to, as you can remember, as nothing but good morning, new students of India. You can take the first letter of each of it and remember. So gross annual value stands for G, M stands for municipal taxes, N is your net annual value. Then there are deductions as S stands for standard deduction, I as your interest on loan. And the final answer is going to be either income from house property or loss from house property. So this is one simple way on how you can remember the entire pro forma for your third unit. So this pro forma is same throughout the chapter. So if you are able to remember this pro forma, you are half done with the solution part. Now, let's see how do we solve this. Here it is given to us that Mr. D is the owner of the house and it is a self-occupied house. Anytime it is given to you that the house property is self-occupied, always remember the annual value of the house is going to be 0 or nil. Why is it going to be 0 or nil? Is because if I am the owner of the house, I am giving it on rent. When I give it on rent to someone, I receive the rent. So there is some income generated. There is some value generated, annual value generated with the annual rent that I receive. But if I am staying in my own house, then there is no rent that I receive or any kind of income that is generated from a self-occupied house. So in that case, the annual value of a self-occupied house will always be nil or zero. So here our gross annual value under section 23 subsection 1 is going to be nil. Then the next thing is we have municipal value of the house given, fair rental value. All of these are not for us in case of self-occupied house. That is, it is of no use for us because the annual value is zero. So there is no requirement of municipal value or fair rental value or standard rent value. Anything given to us we can ignore. Then the next thing in the pro forma is municipal taxes. What about municipal taxes? Now, in case of a self-occupied house, municipal taxes are not allowed as any deduction. That means you cannot deduct municipal taxes in case of a self-occupied house. If the same house is let out, then we can deduct municipal taxes. So here, our municipal taxes also will be nil or zero. When this is zero, we get net annual value also as nil. Then the standard deduction. Standard deduction, first, that is S here of your Good Morning New Students of India. Standard deduction is 30% of the net annual value. So here, for us, the net annual value is zero. When the net annual value is zero, standard deduction also will be zero. Then the next thing is interest on loan. Now for your self-occupied house property, whenever it is asked, the only thing that you as a student should be bothered about is about interest on loan. That is the second deduction under section 24. The only requirement from you is to remember this concept of interest on loan. Now what do we do? As you can see on the screen over here, that any interest on loan for a self-occupied house can be in two ways. If the house is constructed or renovated or bought before 1st April 1999. What is the date? 1st April 1999. In that case, maximum deduction that is allowed is only rupees 30,000. Whether the assessee has taken the house for the construction or for renovation or for repair, any of these ways, if the loan is taken, an interest amount that is allowed as deduction is only rupees 30,000. This is when the year is before 1st April 1999. That is, if it is anything before 1st April 1999, then the deduction allowed is only rupees 30,000. But if it is after 1st April 1999, then what do we do? In that case, you have to see two things. What is the loan taken for? Is the loan taken for purchase, or is the house loan taken for construction of the house? Or is it taken for repairs and renovation? So here, whenever it is after 1st April 1999, the purpose of loan is important. So we need to understand whether the loan is taken for purchase or construction or for renovation. If it is for purchase and construction, then the maximum deduction allowed is rupees 2 lakh. Okay. If it is for repair, renovation, any of these, then the maximum discount or maximum deduction that is allowed is rupees 30,000. Okay. So for self-occupied house, you only need to remember this flowchart, which says if the loan is taken before 1st April 1999, maximum deduction allowed is rupees 30,000. If the loan is taken after 1st April 1999, then if it is taken for the purpose of purchase or construction, at that point, the maximum deduction allowed is rupees 2 lakh. If the loan is taken for repair or renovation, same, 30,000 only will be allowed as deduction. Okay, so this is one table that you need to remember whenever questions on self-occupied house are asked. So let's come back to our question. Here it is given to us that Mr. D has taken housing loan for rupees 35 lakh, and for the same he has paid interest of rupees 2 lakh 25,000. Okay, so loan amount is this much. Deduction is allowed not on the loan amount, only on the interest amount. So this amount you can ignore because our interest amount is directly given to us. So how much will be the interest that will be allowed as deduction? So what is this loan taken for? For the purpose of construction. Now no date is mentioned to us over here. When was the loan taken? So we will assume that the loan was taken after 1st April 1999. Assuming it is taken after 1st April 1999, the maximum amount that will be allowed as deduction for the purchase of house is rupees 2 lakh. But here the assessee is paying 2 lakh 25,000. So interest on loan amount that is allowed as deduction will be least of 2. Actual amount, that is the actual interest amount, that is 2 lakh 25,000 or rupees 2 lakh. So in our case, interest on loan here will be rupees 2 lakh. Now there is no positive figure over here. That means there is no income. We only have loss from house property. So that is rupees 2 lakh. Okay. Now how do you write this in your exam? This entire story of mentioning that it was taken for purchase, the loan was taken for purchase, then why is it allowed only up to rupees 2 lakh? All that we have to mention in our working notes. So your first working note will be on municipal taxes, where you will mention that since the house property is self-occupied, municipal taxes will not be allowed as deduction. Then you can also write another working note on gross annual value, where you will say that since the house is self-occupied, the gross annual value of the house is 0 or nil. Then the next working note you can write on standard deduction as well, where you can mention since the net annual value is 0, standard deduction also will be nil or 0. Then the most important part here is your interest on self loan for a self-occupied house. So you need to mention here that since the house is self-occupied, deduction allowed under section 24B, that is interest on loan, will be least of 2 amounts: actual interest amount or rupees 2 lakh. It will be least of 2 amounts: actual interest or rupees 2 lakh. So the actual interest amount is rupees 2 lakh 25,000 and the fixed limit is rupees 2 lakh. So that is why we are taking this 2 lakh here. This is how you will complete your answer. Questions like these are a bumper offer to all the students, because the only thing that you need to remember to score full 12 marks is this table or this chart, where you need to remember that before 1st April 1999, maximum deduction allowed is 30,000. After 1st April 1999, maximum deduction allowed is rupees 2 lakh. But if this loan is taken for the purchase of repair or renovation, then only 30,000 will be allowed as deduction. This is the only important thing that you need to remember in questions asked like these. I hope you have understood this problem. Now, another thing for my students is that sometimes questions on self-occupied house are asked. Sometimes question also on let out house property is asked. Now, you need not fear about it. The only, as I told you, this is one standard pro forma that will stay throughout Unit 3, and it will be same applicable in case of let out property also. In the next coming videos, we will be doing we will be solving problems on let out house property. So my students need to always remember that the pro forma is the same. If you are able to put up that pro forma with no mistakes and substitute the values as mentioned in the question, there is no one who can stop you from getting 12 marks. So this is the most scoring unit of your income tax, where you can get full 12 marks. And as I told you, one keyword to remember all the items in the pro forma in case you forget in the rush of an hour is good morning, new students of India. which will help you to remember all the items that are there in the pro forma for calculating income from house property. Thank you, dear students. I hope you have understood the concept. All the best from SIA Publication.